วิทยุมอ มหาวิทยาลัยสงขลานครินทร์ร่วมเปิดตำราตั้งวงสนทนาในชุมชนวิชาการ
Hello สวัสดีค่ะ
Hello สวัสดีครับ
My name is Ajahn Nana
and I am Ajahn Arno.
Welcome to our very first show.
We are lecturers from the Faculty of Management Sciences and we are here to give Hatyai a bit of an English perspective.
And also the business talk.
Most definitely also business.
That's why we name our show as
Hatyai
to Global. Well, the first thing first, I would like to share to you what's happening to Hatyai. You know, Ajahn Arno, we heard that there are the 30 illegal races in Hatyai. Oh my God, can't believe there are so many of them, Ajahn.
Yeah, it's quite common in Hatyai, isn't it? Specifically among the teenagers, the younger teenagers between 12 and 14. They tend to race late at night on their motorcycles and just disturb the neighborhoods around them.
You know so much. Are you the one with them?
No. I can't, and Jan can't be seen racing around Hatyai in a motorcycle, can he?
All right. If you're not an Ajahn, you'll be one of them, right?
But I'm not the biggest motorcycle fan, so probably not Ajahn.
Well, apparently the police actually launched the operation on receiving complaint from the local residents. This is nice. It happening at the Rat Utit Road through the Hatyai municipality.
I think that's quite a common road for them to race on, if I'm not mistaken.
Usually they like to race in the morning, Ajahn.
Very early, right? Very early, from 4 to 6 a.m.
You know precisely time. That means you were there.
I've just heard from a couple of friends that it's quite common in Hatyai, Ajahn.
All right. So in the operation, the police actually trapped the racers by blocking both ends of the road. 30 illegal races with 22 men. You're really right. There were women as well. There were girls too, about 8 girls. Most of them are very young age, and they were arrested.
I wonder who won. Do you reckon the women or the girls won or the boys?
Nowadays you can't predict because the girl much more capable than men now.
Well, that's one person's opinion.
Anyway, that's about what happening recently in Hatyai. This is what we're gonna do every month. We will just bring in some important and very recent news, not only in local Hatyai, probably just around the world, to share to you guys and talk about it.
Just to give Hatyai a bit of perspective, or an English perspective, rather than only focusing on Thai. We decided to run this program because we believe Hatyai lacks the necessary English or business English knowledge, and also just to give a bit of a perspective of what is going on in the world, and also how people are dealing with these issues around the world.
That's our main objective. We would like to share and contribute our knowledge, but precisely in English, not only for us to just, share about the stories, but for you guys to learn in English too. This is our main goal.
Yeah, and we want to try to make it as fun as possible. I think that is very important because when we learn things, it's always better if it can be done in a fun and exciting way, if I'm not mistaken, Ajahn.
Thank you. That's really true. So right after the break, we will come back with the English lesson with Ajahn Arno. He prepared a lot of vocabularies for you guys to learn today.
Now opening the one and only first in Southern Thailand, Master of Business Administration International Program, Faculty of Management Science, Prince of Songkhla University, Hatyai Campus. We provide a strong foundation in business administration with concentration in business management, business in ASEAN countries, finance, marketing, and any relevant business management. Studying at our MBA International Program, you will experience close relationship with professors and classmates from around the world. For more information, visit our website www.imba.fmspsu.com or call us at 082 661 6600.
Welcome back to Hatyai to Global. So, we'll move on to the English lesson. Now, firstly, I'd like to talk to you about the importance of English, and I would like Ajahn Nana's opinion on it as well. Specifically in business, English is becoming extremely important, or has always been extremely important. Not as English being the main business language in the world, it is expected of not only English-speaking nations, but nations all over the world to speak English. Now, this is also the case when it comes to Thailand, but not only Thailand, Hatyai specifically. Hatyai is bordering on a couple of countries, and these countries are very much prominent in English. Am I wrong? Am I right?
So true. You're not wrong. You're right.
So, what we are going to do today is we're going to look at some specific phrases and vocabulary, English business phrases and vocabulary that might help us improve our English skills. Ajahn, what do you think of that?
That's really good. Please go ahead with the first one.
So, we will look at the first term. First term is innovation. Ajahn, when you think of innovation, what do you think of?
This is extremely important in business today.
Very much so. Without innovation, business cannot function. Without innovation, business is dead. We live in a globalized world where the environments are constantly changing, and this requires innovation. So what does innovation mean? Innovation is the transforming of an idea or invention into a good or service that creates value or for which a customer will pay. Or a more basic definition, bringing something new to the market. An example would be, mobile phones have changed drastically over the past decade through innovation and technology. One more time, mobile phones have changed drastically over the past decade through innovation and technology.
Ajahn, I know I actually have another example. After you explain what is innovation exactly about, I have another one. How about this? The technical innovation is instrumental in improving the qualities of products. How about that?
100% correct. If we look at the term technical innovation, we think about technology, don't we? Without technology, innovation is impossible. Technology allows for innovation to occur through the development of new products and services, or for the development of current or existing products or services.
Well, like what Steve Jobs said, innovation distinguish between a leader and follower. He said that.
That's 100% correct, Ajahn. In order to be a leader today, you need innovative qualities. You need to be able to think innovatively. You need to be able to come up with innovative ideas and make innovative decisions. If you want to be a leader, if you want to be a successful leader, let me rephrase. The skill of innovation, or the ability to think innovatively, is very, very, very important. Now, let's move on to the next phrase. The next phrase is carve out a niche. To carve out a niche. Ajahn, if you think about the word niche, what do you think of?
For me, in generally, I think carve out a niche to create a secure position for yourself, especially at work.
100%. Standing out.
This is
yes?
more general term. I think this is the explanation in general.
A very good,
Yeah.
very good general explanation. Yes, in order to stand out. Stand out from the rest. That is exactly what niche means. Yes. Let's have a look at the explanation or the definition. The definition of niche is to find a special market that you can control. Niche markets are very small and specific, but they're also part of a larger market. So within a larger market, you have specific little niche markets. Okay. Let's have a look at an example. To succeed in a competitive world, you have to specialize on a part of it. Try to carve out a niche and be the best in that field. That is a very good example of niche. Once again, to succeed in a competitive world, you have to be specialized, or you have to specialize on a part of it. Try to carve out a niche and be the best in that field. That is a very good example of niche.
I have another example. Is that okay
Please
to bring
share,
out
then.
here?
Please share.
For example, MBA international program, we spend the first 2 years carving out a niche in the market before advertising and selling our program on the larger target audience.
That is a brilliant example. Ajahn, a brilliant example. Focusing on a small market first before branching out. An extremely good example.
We're just gonna make ourselves strong first and secure place. Then we go out there and soldier out.
A core base, 100% Ajahn. That's a very good example. Thank you very much. The next term we will look at, or the next phrase that we will look at, is called the bottom line. The bottom line. Now, what is the bottom line? This is fairly basic, so we won't spend too much time on it. The bottom line is the net income after all expenses and taxes have been deducted. Now, let's have a look at the example. The best way to find out how well your company did that year is to look at your bottom line. Now, John, if you think of the word bottom line, what comes to mind?
For me, I like to think in the general term again because of what you mentioned there. It's more to business context. Your example pretty much look into the bottom line of certain thing in the workplace, like taxes or some auditing into account. If you want to dig out, look into the situation in the company, you can just use this word as a bottom line of the company, financially and all that. But even general term, let's say, if you are in some trouble or something, and you're just telling me about, helping you out, I have to actually go through your story and try to find out the bottom line of the problem.
That's a very good example of using the term in a different context. Thank you very much, Ajahn. That is an extremely good use of the term. When I think of bottom line, I think of success, the success or failure of a company financially. Now, what many corporations do, they focus on their revenue stream. Now, the revenue stream does not paint a clear picture of how financially successful a company is. In order to look at the big picture or the main picture, we have to look at the bottom line, the actual net profits of a company. All right, so let's have a look at the next phrase or the next term. To get something off the ground. This is a very basic term, not necessarily that easy to understand, but quite basic for people that communicate regularly in English. Now, let's have a look at the explanation. To get something off the ground means to start a project or business. Basic, straightforward, to start a project or business. So let's have a look at an example. We're looking forward to getting the project off the ground and opening our new cafe. Very straightforward, isn't it? Yes, off the ground means getting something off the ground means to start a project or business. A similar expression would be getting the ball rolling. Okay? Getting the ball rolling. All right.
John, I have another example. Is that okay?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Share.
How about now that this project has finally gotten off the ground, we can start to focus some of our attention on other business.
Very good example, Ajahn. Extremely good example. Extremely good example. Once again, similar context, and a very good example. Now, the final term, the last one, multitask. Now, the first thing that I think of when I hear this word is that women are better than multitasking than men. Ajahn, do you agree?
I thought you were just gonna say it remind me of you.
Well, that's kind of what I meant.
Of course, if talking about multitasking, well, we think about women. Why do you think about women, Ajahn? I know.
Because the general idea around the world, the stereotype, as you might say, is that women are better than multitasking than men.
Ooh, that's what you said. Good one, thank you. So now you admit that the women actually more capable than men in multitasking.
I feel like I have to admit that at the moment. All right, let's have a look at an explanation or definition. Multitasking means to do many things at the same time. To do many things at the same time. Next, very good example would be when you're a new business owner, you have to learn to multitask because there are always 10 things you need to do at the same time. 10 things to do at the same time when starting a new business.
You know what, Ajahn Arno? The secret to multitasking. You know what is the secret?
Please tell me, Ajahn.
Actually, multitasking, it is just the extremely focus, focus and know how to organize things.
I completely agree, Ajahn.
See, that's how women really capable of doing so many things.
I'd like to think some men are also pretty good at it, to be totally honest. But it's definitely true. It's just an extreme focus and organization skills. That is multitasking in a nutshell, if I can say it like that. So, that is it for the English lesson. We've learned 5 new words and phrases. Firstly, innovation. Secondly, to carve out a niche. Thirdly, the bottom line. Fourthly, get something off the ground.
And finally, multitasking, everybody. Well, thank you very much, Ajahn Arno, for all the useful, very, very good phrases that you taught us today. We will write back after the break with the business talk.
Now opening the one and only first in Southern Thailand, Master of Business Administration International Program, Faculty of Management Science, Prince of Songkhla University, Hatyai campus. We provide a strong foundation in business administration with concentration in business management, business in ASEAN countries, finance, marketing, and any relevant business management. Studying at our MBA International Program, you will experience close relationship with professors and classmates from around the world. For more information, visit our website www.imba.fmspsu.com or call us at 082 661 661600.
Well, welcome back to our business talk. Well, today is considered our first show, so I prepared some very important lessons and some of the tips that I would like to share to you. It's about the business lessons. I have drawn out the top 5 business lessons that I wish I knew earlier. I would name this as the 5 important business lessons you learn too late in life.
I'm looking forward to hearing it, Ajahn.
Do you ever have this experience, something that you do and you feel that, oh, I should have done this earlier?
I think with everyone, I mean, no matter the age, we tend to feel like this. At a certain point in our lives, at least. It's very important that we learn early on how to conduct business and how to conduct ourselves. Because in order to be successful in business, you need to be very organized and also a very prepared human being.
Bingo. That's the keyword, prepared. So what I have done my best to identify the top 5 here. The first one first. It is actually not being the most educated. This is not only the education, but the first thing first, you have to be prepared. Ajahn Arno, you said the word about the preparation. So what do you have to do to prepare yourself, before you get into work, before you do anything? How you prepared yourself?
How do I prepare myself? Well, I mean, I think the hard work and effort that I put in for the first 8 years of my first years of university helped me a lot in preparing myself for my career, to be totally honest. And I've been able to apply that in my current career.
So that means that you do your homework and show up on that work, and you have to prepare each day.
Yes, definitely.
Each day in your life. Second thing, this is interesting as well. There are no refund for the time you waste. You always need to think that every single day pass by, it just never come back. When you are in a business, you have to really spend time to look after your business. Do not actually thinking of take things for granted, because each day, each second is actually money,
100%. Time means money. Exactly. That's why it's important to manage your time as well as possible. Timing and planning extremely important in starting a business.
Yes. So the third thing I would like to share also, what I can identify as a business lesson here is make a small improvement every day. You have to improve your business. So not only improve your business, improve yourself as you are a person or you are the owner of the business. You have to keep going, improving.
Otherwise, you're going to get stuck in your current situation. Stagnate. That's a very good word as well to use. Stagnate. Not going anywhere, not moving forward, either staying in the same position or moving backwards. That is why it's extremely important to make small, even if it's just small, an improvement every day.
So another thing is make your people, make the people as your priority, not a profit.
The people are the ones that make you profits in the first place, aren't they?
Well, somehow. And the relationship also important, Ajahn Arno.
Very, very much so, Ajahn.
Especially in this culture, people-oriented is kind of highly important in our culture. We actually mind about the people feeling, how people look at you, how you can actually giving them a genuine relationship and positive good relationship to them.
I'd like to go back to that word genuine. That's a very strong word, Ajahn. Being genuine is extremely important. Being truthful towards yourself. If you're not truthful towards yourself, you can't be truthful towards other people. So it's very important that you treat others with respect. Because if you want people to treat you with respect, you have to treat them with respect.
In business, everybody considered as a customers for you. So when you show up at work, then you have to keep your genuine desire to serve your customers and help your colleagues.
Yes. If you show that you care for your customers, they are going to come back and buy from you.
Well, let's look at the last lesson here is take your words seriously. When you have to, things to do in the business, when you say anything to anybody, you have to really mindful of what you say. Split out a word, it might mislead to different meaning for some people.
Very true. Very, very true. And out of personal experience, like no one trusts the person who just says something and does not actually do what they say. And this is a very, 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 very big concern in business, because if you do business with someone, you tell them you are going to do something and not do it, they're not going to be dealing with you anymore.
Nah. So when you build your reputation as the person who actively and consistently deliver on their word.
It's very important. Very, very important.
So these are the 5 important business lessons that you learn too late in life. So now we share this out. So take that into account. Then it won't be too late for you.
Oh, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you very much for tuning in.
We hope to have you back again in our next show.
Thank you very much. ขอบคุณครับ
ขอบคุณค่ะ สวัสดีค่ะ
สนับสนุนการสนทนาจากทุกคณะวิชาโดยมหาวิทยาลัยสงขลานครินทร์